Actually, this talk won't be about the Breez wallet. It will be about the Breez SDK.
Does it work? Yeah.
So for those who aren't familiar with Breez, what we're trying to do and what we've been doing for the past 5 years is creating interfaces for what I call the Lightning economy, peer-to-peer economy. We started off by doing a non-custodial Lightning wallet. I guess some of you are using the Breez wallet. The next step in the Breez evolution is to create an SDK. And that's the offering that we have now, that everyone can integrate non-custodial Lightning payments into their own solutions. So you don't need to be a Lightning expert in order to send or receive Lightning payments. If you have a service, if you are a vendor, if you run a company, you want to integrate Lightning payments into your offering, you can use the Breez SDK. And the Breez SDK is practically all the lessons that we learned by writing the Breez wallet integrated into an offering where we provide our infrastructure as a service for you to write your own solution. So we've been doing a lot of stuff at Breez. We've been developing non-custodial Lightning infrastructure. We've been developing LSP, Lightning service provider infrastructure. We've been developing a point of sale stuff, and all these capabilities will be available to you as part of the Breez SDK. Because essentially, what we want to do, we want to bring Lightning to the masses, and we want Lightning to be available everywhere. Personally, I think the key for the adoption of Lightning is not by creating yet another Lightning wallet and yet another Lightning company. I think the key is to find ways to integrate Lightning into our day-to-day experiences and bring Lightning into solutions and into companies that exist right now. There's no reason that, sorry, it's a bit on the conference of that, so the word crypto. There's no reason that crypto solution won't include Lightning capabilities. There's no reason that fintech solution won't include Lightning capabilities. There's no reason that Uber, Netflix, Spotify will include Lightning capabilities. The only reason that these services don't include Lightning capabilities right now is because it's fucking so hard to implement Lightning. It's super hard. And what we want to do, we want to lower the barrier of entry, and we want to make it easy for everyone to add a Lightning to their services. But we want to do that in a way that preserves all the characteristics and all the properties of Bitcoin. And we want Bitcoin to remain non-custodial. We want users to retain full sovereignty over their keys, and that's basically what we're trying to do. So Breez is the first SDK that you can take. It's a library. You can take it as is and plug it into your solution, and then you can start implementing Lightning capabilities in your app. And the value proposition is very simple. It's not about nodes, and it's not about liquidity, and it's not about all the technical infrastructure details that you know from reading Stacker News and My Medium articles. It's not about that. It's about very simple API that provides you end-to-end solution to integrate Lightning. So you have an API to send a payment, you have an API to receive a payment, and that's basically it. You don't need more than that as a developer to understand how to send the Lightning payments. So it's an end-to-end solution that includes multiple pillars that allows you to, and we'll go over the pillars shortly, but it includes multiple pillars, and all the heavy lifting is done on the background in order for you to be able to execute Lightning payments. It's interoperable. When I say interoperable, I mean you can interop from multiple apps against the same Lightning balance, and this is a game changer. Basically, what's happening under the scenes is that we're using the Blockstream Greenlight infrastructure, which means the node is in the cloud. So if the node is in the cloud and there are multiple applications that can access the same node, it means that for the first time, multiple wallets, multiple applications can interact with the same balance, mimicking the fiat experience, where you take a credit card and you add your credit card to Uber, Spotify, and Netflix, and all these services are interacting with your same balance. That's the same experience that we can bring to Lightning. You can have a single balance where multiple apps from multiple devices can interact with the same balance in a non-custodial fashion, meaning the users still retain their keys. And this is going to be a game changer in the Lightning experience, and it's going to bring Lightning user experience to be on par with what the fiat solutions has to offer. It's frictionless. People, again, I know we're in a Bitcoin conference, but you'll be surprised to know that people out there, they don't care about Bitcoin. They give a fuck about Bitcoin, and they give a fuck about stuff like not your keys, not your coins, or maintaining full sovereignty. It doesn't mean anything to them. But you know what means something to them? It means something to them when they're using an app and they're not requested to enter their ID, and they're not requested to enter their personal detail, and it's a friction. When they have a frictionless experience, that's a clear value proposition of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, peer-to-peer, it's not about ideology, it's about user experience. The user experience of Bitcoin is by far better than the fiat user experience. The problem is that people are trying to take Bitcoin and switch it to a fiat paradigm. And that's why we have now a custodial Bitcoin solution that are requesting, they have this KYC and AML processes exactly like fiat solution. And if we want to break this paradigm and bring Bitcoin to the basics, and the basic is peer-to-peer economy, then we'll continue to have a shitty user experience. And people care about shitty user experience. People don't like shitty user experience, and I think we can bring them a better user experience. So it's not about ideology, it's about the utility of Bitcoin, and we can bring better utility to money. We can bring better experience to money, and we can do that by providing a non-KYC, non-AML user experience. It's effortless, meaning as a developer, you don't need to be a Lightning expert in order to integrate Lightning payments into your app. It's a few lines of code, and then you can send and receive payments. It's so easy that Coinbase can do it, and that's a great question. I think the Coinbase decision aren't driven by technical, and that's the problem with Coinbase. But Coinbase are very open to integrate Lightning in the moment, and they're exploring the ways of integrating that, which is a great progress. Process, there's not this is a marketing term. There's no such thing as trustless. There's only trust minimized. We're trying to minimize the trust, meaning users hold their keys. There are other solutions that will tell you that they give that they are trustless. They're not trustless. Even Breez isn't trustless. There's always an element of trust. But the thing about the Breez and the thing about the Breez CK, that users always retain the keys, and users will need to sign in order to send or receive Lightning transactions. Global, having your solution, having your application available globally is again a clear value proposition of what Bitcoin has to offer. The reason you don't see global applications like TikTok and like other social networks integrate payment solutions into their offering is because there's no option in fiat to have globally available fiat solutions interoperability. And the only way to implement such a feature is by implementing a peer-to-peer experience. And Bitcoin offers you a peer-to-peer experience, meaning if you integrate non-custodial Lightning payments into your solution, you can have your solution globally available to all users across the globe without arbitrary jurisdiction restrictions. And that's another value proposition that we all need to keep in mind. So what are the features of the Breez CK? Multi-app support. So again, for the first time, you'll be able to have multiple applications interacting with the same interacting with the same balance, offering a similar user experience to what you have with your credit card. You can have multi-device support. You can have your application running on mobile, running on desktop, in the future running in a browser, and all the applications will work seamlessly because the node is basically running in the cloud. We'll get to that in a second. Integrated watchtower means that because the node is running on the cloud, there's an integrated watchtower that monitors the blockchain, and no one can steal your funds. They can try and steal your funds, but then you'll be able to react and publish the justice transaction and reclaim your funds. There's a built-in LSP, meaning you don't need to think about liquidity. Liquidity is an integrated feature of the Breez SDK. You don't have to use the Breez LSP. You can use a different LSP. Breez is part of an LSP spec effort together with Synonym and other companies that are pushing an LSP spec. So every company that will support the LSP standard will be able to integrate that into the Breez SDK and leverage the liquidity features as part of the Breez SDK. But the thing is that you don't need to assemble your own solution. Everything is streamlined through one simple API. There's on-chain interoperability, currently using submarine swaps, and in the future we're also using splicing. So it's not a Lightning-only solution. There is interoperability with the on-chain. You are able to send and receive money from an on-chain address using the Breez SDK. We are also working on fiat on-ramp off-ramp solutions, meaning if your users, we currently support MoonPay, but we're working on integrating other solutions, meaning if your user will want to onboard directly from fiat, they will be able to do that using the Breez SDK, and you don't need to think about that. If you want, they want to buy some Bitcoins using a credit card or using their bank account, they will be able to do so, and that's a super important feature for adoption, because the user out there that doesn't care about Bitcoin will need to have a way to onboard to Bitcoin. It includes all the functionalities that you know from LNURL, LNURL Pay, LNURL Withdraw, LNURL Auth. You don't need to develop these services. These are all available through the Breez SDK. Seamless backup, because the node is running on the cloud, the backup is also running in the cloud and is readily available for users whenever they lose the device or forget their device. They will be able to restore using the Breez SDK. Everything that we do is completely open source, MIT license. Everything is open, not just for audit, but also for forks. You can use the Breez SDK, you can fork it, you can customize it, you can do it whatever you want. It's a free and open software. And again, I think the most important thing is that the node keys are always held by your end users. So high-level architecture on how we are doing what we're doing in the Breez SDK. So people tend to think that Lightning is only about nodes, but nodes, end-user nodes, is only one piece of the puzzle. In order to provide a comprehensive, holistic solution, an end-user node isn't enough. You need to combine a few pillars in order to have an holistic user experience and to provide an holistic user experience to anyone. End-user nodes that are currently powered by Greenlight, but in the future we will be able to add other solutions like LDK or other node implementations is only one component. LSPs are second component, are key component, because LSPs are the way to onboard people into Lightning. LSPs are the entity that connects end users to the Lightning network, and this is in functionality within the Breez SDK. LSPs are becoming first-class citizens of Lightning network through the Breez SDK. On-chain interoperability, you can't do Lightning without thinking about the chain and on-chain interoperability. interoperability with layer 1 is key to the functionality, because at some point users will want to send their bitcoins to the chain or to receive bitcoin from the chain, and in order to do that, you need to provide on-chain functionality. So in the Breez SDK, you don't need to use CDK, or you don't need to use yet another on-chain libraries in order to provide on-chain functionality. The functionality is built into the Breez SDK. And if we're thinking holistically, and we're thinking about onboarding, we also need to think about fiat, meaning we need to provide users to onboard from the fiat economy to the peer-to-peer economy, and this is an integrated part of the Breez SDK. Sorry? How? Okay, so currently the Breez SDK adds API that allows you to trigger MoonPay onboarding to your end users. We're working with a few brokers in Europe right now on a fiat on-ramp standard, meaning we're trying to develop a fiat on-ramp standard that will allow every broker that supports Lightning to be integrated into the Breez SDK. So let's say you have a Relay in Switzerland, for example. Relay will be integrated into the Breez SDK, and the Breez SDK users will be able to onboard to fiat through the Relay functionality seamlessly using the Breez SDK. So you won't need to go to Relay directly and use their API. You'll be able to use the Breez SDK in order to integrate with Relay and provide all the functionality that Relay provides to end users to provide to your Breez SDK users. And the goal is to push it as a standard, so you won't be bundled up into a specific fiat provider. You'll be able to pick and choose and even delegate the choice to your users, so your users will be able to choose the best broker out there. And it's not just fiat on-ramps, it's also fiat off-ramps. You want to cash out as well. So let's say you have a solution like Substack, where you earn satoshis on every purchase, and then you want to convert this satoshis back to fiat, you'll be able to do so. This is a high-level topology of the architecture of the Breez SDK. So what you see here, you see mobile apps, web apps that hold the keys, and you see a hybrid node in the middle, currently powered by green lights from Blockstream. So the idea is that if you have a node that is running in the cloud, but the node doesn't contain any keys, the keys are still on the user device. So the node is running, but the transactions still need to be signed by end users on their end devices, browsers, mobile devices, desktop applications, etc. And when you think about node functionality, what is a Lightning node? When you think about what is a Lightning node, you can kind of split down the functionality into four functionalities. One is signing. So the signing is done by end users. The other functionality is monitoring the on-chain data, monitoring the graph data of Lightning, and preserving the channel state. These three functionalities are what makes a mobile wallet challenging to implement. These functionalities, these capabilities are currently delegated to the cloud. So most of the heavy lifting when it comes to run the Lightning node is done by users, and the user just need to deal with signing the transaction. And also a part of the Breez SDK, you get to the LSP capabilities. The LSP functionality is also seamlessly integrated into Breez. I won't go into that in any detail. Yes, I want to mention again the LSP standard and the LSP set. I think 2024 is going to be the year of LSPs. There will be a proliferation of Lightning solutions that are powered by various LSPs, and we will know probably the work that we were able to do in the LSP space, and also the work that is being done not only by us, but also equals and synonym as part of the LSP spec, it's very important to maintain non-vendor lock and interoperability in that space. Again, under the hood, behind the scenes, the Breez SDK functionality is very complicated. There are different models that are coming into play, but you, as a developer, it's very easy for you to use it. We have a variety of programming languages that we support: C#, Python, React Native, Go, of course, what else? Rust, of course, Flutter, etc. We'll keep adding languages. We are currently working with dozens of design partners. We're still not really publicly available. We're in the design partner phase where we're working, hand-holding, I would say, a dozen of vendors that are actively implementing the Breez SDK. And you'll start seeing the solutions rolling out to market hopefully this month. The green wallet from Blockstream is going to add Lightning functionality using the Breez SDK, Satomoto, an EV charging application that is available in Europe. We will provide Lightning functionality through the Breez SDK. You can see new social applications that are powered by the Breez SDK, and there are other partnerships that we're going to announce in Q3, Q4. So I hope it's going to be the end of Lightning wallets. I think we're going to abolish, hopefully, we're going to abolish the wallet space, and every app will be able to integrate wallet capability into it, and people will stop thinking about Lightning in a technical term, channels, liquidity, nodes. No, send the payment, receive the payment. That's what we need in order to make Lightning be adopted by the masses. So yeah, I won't do a demo, but I will take questions.
Yeah, if you have a question, we still have time. I can get him on the mic, and we can make a round of questions. Meanwhile, I would like. Yeah, do you have a question? Yes, please. But yeah, maybe the speaker. It's going to be making.
There's some overlap with the concept of Breez SDK and the concept of the remote wallets. Like Zeus, for example, remote to a node anywhere. Do you see some sort of future or evolution or alternative, whatever? What are your comments on that? This is a problem for a lot of things, remote signing. And for example, like flashbacks, roster, Web 5, there's going to be a lot of key situations. Do you see Breez SDK evolving to be a cure-all for remote situations, or do you see it being the Lightning solution?
We're very much focused on providing the best Lightning solution that we can right now. I understand what we're talking about, the different signing. We're not there yet. Thanks.
I have one question myself. Yeah, based on previous talks, I'm just curious. What is your opinion? Are we going to see more separation between because we were talking about the fact that the LSPs are going to be more focused on providing liquidity, while the wallet, people will be focusing more on UI and design. So do you think there'll be more separation, or actually every wallet will become its own LSP?
I think LSP is a business for itself. I think a company that develops a postal-free app can't run an LSP business. So I'm definitely for separation. We're all about bringing Lightning to existing and new application instead of transforming. Instead of giving new Lightning applications with existing experiences. So yes, I think the separation, we definitely want separation, and I think the Breez SDK is a manifestation of this type of separation. Focus on what you do best, we focus on what we do best, which is bringing Lightning infrastructure. We want